They have gyms at the airports. What are you gonna do for 3 hours? Eat, some spaghetti at McDonald's, go to the gym. Hey, this is Diplo. I've got a crazy schedule, I'm a traveling producer, musician, DJ. I'm on the road probably 300 days a year, but somehow I make time to always train every day, sweat once a day. This is a little bit of my regimen on the road. I'm traveling a lot. I have long layovers. Like this weekend, we went from Bali to New York and had to stay in Dubai for 4 hours. And a lot of these big airports, these big hubs, they have gyms at the airports. So if you have a layover, I suggest anybody go to the gym during a layover. What are you gonna do for 3 hours? Ride a bike for an hour and you're having a great night's sleep on the next flight. When I do have time at home or in New York or places that I have a reliable gym, we do regiments. We do a lot of mobility exercises. Yeah, here's just some simple stuff that I do whenever I have a real functional gym. This exercise on the bench, this is a little protocol I like to do that does all your core muscles, and it's just fun. And you sit on the bench, you don't have to move around. I was at this Dior show in Tokyo, and Kate Moss was there, the audience, I was DJing it. And she was in the gym with me, and I remember she came up to me, like, that looks like the craziest exercise I've ever seen. And I made sure I had a really heavy weight, did the rows, did all the core exercises, and Kate Moss was really impressed by that exercise, so I call it the Kate Moss sequence. It's important for the number to be really big, so everybody in the gym knows what you're doing. And then you do 8 or 10 rows on each side. But I kind of like to have my back arched a little bit, so I really feel I can feel the shoulder and the lat really pulling. Because if you hunched a little bit, it's not safe, I feel like. My shoulders was always important for me. I love doing core stuff. You do your triceps, 20, and then we'll just edit those, and then you do As a lot of you might have seen, I made headline news by escaping Burning Man. I didn't mean to. I was with a big group of people. We just decided to walk out, but I documented it a little bit. We walked 6 miles, took us 2 hours. And from there, we hitched another ride and I made it to Reno and got myself to DC, and I had a show that night. So I think all year round, I do train. And maybe it is for something like that, where you're stuck at Burning Man. I got kind of famous for the weekend. Pretty cool. Anything is possible, Keep this up the whole time. And I do and sometimes, this is something I learned when I was a wrestler. We do this exercise on the floor. Everybody have to write their name with their feet. My name's Wesley, so I would do but you get every part of your abs working on this. And putting it back's kind of move it like that, and go like this. You drop it, and that's one set. Do that 3 times, that kind of does everything from here all the way down to your core. And that's a really good core burnout. This is mostly just a show off. I don't know if it's that functional. If I do the L sit on kettlebells, that's kind of difficult. I love just body weight exercises because that's so functional for me. If I'm in a hotel room or wherever I'm at, you can always do that.
You change the angle a little bit.
Okay, more straight?
Yeah.
If I had a labrum tear, I want to make sure I don't get injured on the road. And that's a really good functional exercise that means my shoulders are healthy. Having functional shoulders is very important for what I love to do, which is boxing and surfing. That L-sit exercise is actually my triumphant return for my labrum to be back again. So I did my first triathlon last year, the Malibu Triathlon. Made a huge mistake. I bought the most expensive bike I could find, and I didn't charge it. So I just was on the highest gear setting, which is you pedal like this and you're getting nowhere. I'm bro, everybody's passing me. People are passing me on beach cruisers. And I'm just this is fucking trash. So I turned back around, I just parked it, I kind of cheated. And I finished the triathlon, just said I disqualified. So I have a Peloton at home. I don't really ride a bike around Malibu. It's a little bit dangerous in the PCH. These stretches I do on the ground, things like that. I might do a whole hour of just stretching and small core exercises. Probably my favorite kind of workout. This kind of stuff is good because it's really good for your mobility, but actually it takes a lot of leg strength. And every time you do this, you really see how much more flexible you are every time you go down. Anywhere in the world, there's gonna be yoga. Kazakhstan, St. Petersburg, Lagos, there's gonna be a yoga class in the city. I swear to God, I'm not lying. There's always yoga anywhere, and there's always a trail to run on. I remember we had a show in Kenya, Nairobi. Our show ended at like 5 a.m. and our flight was at like 8 or 9 a.m. And I went on this little running path near my hotel. And the running path like entered a safari. So you were running and there's literally like giraffes. Got back to my hotel, caught the plane, and I slept on the plane like a baby. Just kind of like get my mental health and my physical health up for those little spare times that I have. We're done. That's my little regimen here for men's health. I'm Diplo, and there's no excuses. Whatever time you have, take advantage of it and be healthy.